At 13 News Now at noon is back. We are following the latest in the investigation into missing 4-year-old Codi Bigsby. Just before noon, Hampton Police gave their latest update in the search for the little boy. Let's toss things over to Dan Kennedy now. So Dan, what do we know so far?
Well, Ashley, we are seeing new details in this case every day. You know, parts of the investigation that you need to know about here. Of course, 4-year-old Codi was reported missing at 9 Monday morning by his father, Cory, who's becoming a key character in all this. Now, when police started investigating the 4-year-old's disappearance, they said that Cory's timeline was not adding up. So then that led police to describe Cory Bigsby as a person of interest on Wednesday. Important to note here, Bigsby had been at police headquarters voluntarily all week answering questions, and we just heard from the police chief not too long ago saying he was aware of his rights and never asked for an attorney. Now, as part of this investigation, Hampton Police started ramping up searches, and we're not just talking about on the ground, we're talking about by air, by water, and they also needed background info on Cory Bigsby, and they asked the public to come forward with any of that information. Cory confessed to leaving his children alone on 2 separate occasions, and that led police to arrest him last night on 7 felony child neglect charges. He made this virtual court appearance this morning. And Casey Baylor is joining us live now. So Casey, what have we learned about these charges that he is facing, not necessarily in regards to the son's disappearance?
Right, Dan, you mentioned those 2 instances in which Cory is accused of leaving his children alone. These court documents show that those 2 instances happened within the last 2 months, one recently within the last week. Now, it also states police interviewed Cory Bigsby the day he reported his son, 4-year-old Codi Bigsby, missing, and then that's where these court documents say he confessed to leaving his children unsupervised. Now, according to this criminal complaint, Bigsby told police he left his 4-year-old and twin 2-year-olds alone for more than 3 hours on December 13th so that he could buy a vehicle in Norfolk. Police also say he left them home again alone with his 5-year-old on January 25th for about 2 hours to visit several locations. Now, both times the children were without any adult supervision. He told police the children were, quote, too much of a burden to take with him when he leaves his home. Now, this morning we spoke with Bigsby's lawyer, Jeffrey Ambrose, and Ambrose says he is still waiting to speak with Bigsby.
I was told that he was not going to be provided my card when I gave it to officers. I was advised that he would not be told that counsel was present to speak with him, and that he would not be told that an attorney had been retained by his family on his behalf.
Ambrose also told us he plans to sit down with Bigsby this afternoon. Now, Bigsby is expected to appear in court again on Tuesday. We're live in Hampton. I'm Casey Baylor for 13 News Now.
Okay, Casey, thank you. And not too long ago, Hampton Police Chief Mark Talbot provided an update on the investigation into Codi's disappearance. Allison Basil continues our team coverage. So, Allison, what did the chief say?
Ashley, Chief Mark Talbot tells us this is easily one of the most comprehensive investigations that he has ever been a part of, and he tells us the investigation will only get more intense from this point. Now, yesterday, he says police arrested Cory Bigsby, Codi's father, and charged him with 7 counts of felony child neglect. And like Casey mentioned, those incidents do not pertain to the search for Codi. Chief Talbot says police became more and more concerned and lose a little bit of hope each day that passes without a sign of Codi. Cory's attorney, Jeffrey Ambrose, tells me and Casey that police denied him the chance to see Cory Thursday afternoon, and once his family retained Ambrose as an attorney. Chief Talbot says Cory is a 43-year-old man who is aware of his rights and at no time asked for a lawyer when he was at police headquarters voluntarily. Police say the search will continue.
We have many interviews to conduct. We still have areas to search, and we have many leads to follow. We will not stop here with this arrest.
And Chief Talbot also tells us that all the partner agencies that are helping them out are going to stay on and have agreed to keep looking for Codi. For now, live in Hampton, Allison Basil, 13 News Now.
Allison, thanks. Yesterday, forensic teams with the Hampton Police Division entered the apartment where Codi Bigsby lived with his father and siblings. A police spokesperson said this is just part of the overall investigation.
Now, police say they're exhausting all resources as the search for Cody continues into day 5. Hampton Police called Suffolk for backup yesterday to help better communications while out in the field. Investigators are focusing their efforts at the Buckrow Point apartments where Cody and his father live. Now, the search radius spans about a mile from their home. We're keeping a close eye on new developments. We'll let you know the moment we learn more. You can also get updates on your phone with the 13 News Now app. To download it, scan the QR code on your screen. A link to our website will pop up.